All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ron. Welcome to my presentation. Next slide, please. Awesome. Today we're going to talk about the technology that we have all at our fingertips right now, and how it's been very helpful in my last year at the school that I'm working at. Our school has made some investments, and we've added some technological software to the program, and it's made a huge difference. Now, if I was here last year, I could tell you about the previous school that I worked at and some other software that we used, and even years before that. It seems to change. I seem to learn something every year, and how we move forward with that information, or the things that you like to use and don't like to use. It's basically your choice. What I'm here to do basically is to give you guys some ideas about what is out there and what specifically I'm using right now, and it seems to work. I do have a couple of assistants sitting around the room, and in a few minutes you're going to be working with them, asking questions and getting some feedback. I had to throw this slide up because 40 years ago, when I was 13 or so years of age, this is what we had in our classroom. And maybe some of you recognize it. It's big, it's bulky. It was on one desk, and we only had one of those in the school. And we had to roll it around on wheels to visit other classes and so forth. Now it's 2017, 2018. We got phones, we got tablets, we got all this technology at our fingertips. And are we using it as much as possible? Are we adapting with the times? That has been my goal, and that's what part of my presentation is about. And I just had to throw this thought in here. What do you think these children are going to be using 50 years from now? You know, will we be sitting here with a laptop? Probably not. Will we have a phone? I don't think so. I think something's really going to change. But this is what we're using now, so let's take a look at some of the things that I've been using. Next slide, please. Yeah, online notebooks and online textbooks. My name is Ron Seide, and this is my perspective. What are some of the pros and cons of using this technology in the class? Well, for the past 3 months, I've literally gone about 95, 98%, which means I haven't really touched paper at all since about January or February. For March and April, I can guarantee it that for April, we did not even touch a page. It's efficient. It's mobile. The work that I'm showing you, I will show you very shortly, I can check from the passenger seat of a car. I can check from the comfort of my home, or the desk of my classroom, or even in the hotel room on a weekend, to see if a student has done an assignment, finished it, completed it, give them feedback. The one thing that I'm really not missing anymore is carrying home a backpack full of notebooks and bringing them home to do next step marking. I can do that on a keyboard. I can do it with a mouse, and it's saving me a lot of time, and it's making me move very fast. Obviously, the final point here is environmentally friendly. I mean, that could be debated too, with the metals and so forth that's going into the computers and phones and so forth. But for the most part, yes, we're saving paper. Cons. Some of the things that I'll show you and talk about in the next few minutes are, obviously, we got this bulky device, sometimes bulky, but it needs a battery, it needs a cable, electricity. Software issues. Depending on the system that you're using, everyone will find little wrinkles in the system, or small tears, and which you have to fix. I've run into a few problems this year, but for the most part, my students and I, we've been able to adapt. And even, actually all my experiences, everyone runs into these problems. For the most part, software is getting upgraded all the time. New ideas are coming in, new things are happening. It's a guarantee that there's going to be a wrinkle, something tough to figure out, something that's going to cause you pause. It's happened in my class, and as a group, actually, we've all kind of sorted it out together. It was a nice little bonding moment. They my students are pretty quick at this technology. They've actually taught me how to solve a couple of my simple problems. Browser types, hardware types. Again, we're getting into the debate, Apple's versus IBM's, or the different types of computer hardware that's out there. It's like choosing your car right now. You got to pick the right system, the system that's going to work for you and as on a whole. So without saying anything more about that, let's get into the slideshow. Next slide, please. One of the ones that I've been using from the beginning of the year, maybe some of you have heard of it, it's called Discovery Education. Fantastic site. Now, I've been on a lot of sites, explored a lot of areas, but I'm loving Discovery Education right now. It allows me to cover the content that we're using at our school. It's an American curriculum, it's NGSS, but the stuff and the information out there, the classrooms that you can set up and so forth, the information that you can instantly feed to your students, share with them, and also assess, mark, and see where they're at in terms of completion is fantastic. It's one of my highlights. And what I'd like you to do right now, give you 5 minutes, is to go to the website called Discovery Education and log in with this username called What Works. Use the password KAHDA 2071. What we have is, I'm inviting you into my classroom right now, all right? You're gonna log in as a student, and I'm gonna give each of you a little assignment. One of you in this room is gonna do a quiz. Who would like to do a test today? Yes? Quiz, thank you in the back. You're gonna be my quiz man. Can you go to the site, minimize, get me up on Google Chrome, Good, get me up to Discovery Education, far left. Perfect, all right. Now, as you're logging in, some of you might be fast, no problem. Oh, did everyone catch that password? No, I'm sorry. Getting back to the slide, I do believe the login was What Works.
Cap sensitive?
Yes, cap sensitive. Password KHDA2071. So try it on your phone, try it on your laptop, try it on your tablet, and if you need some help, I got an assistant right beside you who's approximately 12 to 15 years of age. And if you successfully log in, just kind of look up at me and smile, and I know you're in. You're in? All right. How about give me a thumbs up too so I officially know. Oh, 2, 3. Good. 4 in. Anybody need some help? Just look to your neighbor. 5? Isn't it just like my class? It's just like my class, right? Yes? Can you get me back to Discovery Education? Okay, open up classes. Good. Get me to Assignment Manager. Okay, just hold right there, hold right there. You're in? Awesome. You're in? Awesome. How are we doing? No, not in? Patricia, can you help her out, please? Give her a little hand. Oliver, double check, make sure she's in okay. Had a little problem? Password's right up here. What Works in KHDA 2071? He's in? I think we almost got like 98% in.
We have all of 16, 15, 16.
Yeah. Go back to the previous page. Previous, sorry. Discovery Ed? Back page. Okay, and then get it, yeah, hold it right there. Hold it in there. Perfect, right there. Okay, I think with everybody in right now, basically what you are is one big super student, okay? Each of my classes, I have a listing of, 12 to 13, 15 students, all right? I have about 5 classes. KHDA is my 6th. Just to show you just how easy this is to use and the sections that we have. This is like I'm not a salesman for Discovery Education, okay? I'm not trying to sell you on this. I'm just trying to show you what works, and I think it's pretty cool. Here is a tab to let us explore the different categories. Now, this is science. They also have an area for math, and I believe they're working on other areas, but for science and math, this is a really cool place to go. Can you click on science textbook, please? Tech book. Up top? Yeah. It's here if you're science or tech involved, math involved. You got all the different chapters, all the different categories that you can float around and find. And you have the ability right now, as a student who's logged in, take some time, click on something. Go up to this top page here, go search. Hit that. Type in, I don't know, atoms. You are all my guests for my class for 24 hours. Have a little surf and see what happens. Click in search, boom. You have a multitude of information coming at you right now in different formats for different grade levels. Videos, keep up top there, Mr. Thank you. You got videos, you got boards, images, audio, text, interactives, and lesson materials. You need a lesson plan, you're in trouble, or you need some ideas. Discovery Education will take care of you. It's a fantastic place to find resources. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time there. You can do that on your own when you're at home. Hit me with classroom management, please. All right, let's go to classroom manager. Double click. Thank you. All right, so here's a listing of my classes, and specifically for science. The last one that I just added here was what works. Can you click on that, please? Over here. Yeah, now click. Good. So this is a listing of my class, and as you can see, there's only one student, even though 10 of you are logged in, all right? It's just easier this way. But in my other classes, no, I won't do it for security reasons, but I have the names and listings of all my other students in those classes. So you can easily add people as you wish, anytime, all right? Can you get me back up here and go to assistant manager, or assignment manager? Yeah, in the section here. There we go. Assignment manager. Okay, here it comes. Who wanted the test? You wanted the test. All right. What works? Are we an assignment manager? Good. Click on what works. There's my assignments. Now, I apologize for the screen size, but there is a quiz in here somewhere, and I believe it is right there, KHDA quiz. Sir in the back corner. Go to your home page, go to assignments, click on assignments, find the quiz, take the quiz. Now, who would like another assignment? You, Madeira. I think I'm going to choose you to do the first assignment that you see on your assignment page. You will get number 2. You will get number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. You're off the hook. Assistants, little ones. Double check those people that I just assigned homework to and see if you can help them out find them the right spot. Yeah. No, not the quiz. Assignment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe she was assignment 5. And if you're floating around, you can go check out an assignment 2. Just don't take the quiz. Click on something, take a look at what the assignments are. I've sent mostly interactives as an assignment, so it's a little game. Oh, did you find the assignment page?
This is the assignments?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to that.
Yeah, so those are the assignments, and that's how easy it is to send something to someone. Again, leave that for homework. You guys can finish that tonight, tomorrow, But you can come in and come out of it anytime you like. All right. Yeah, let's get me back to the slideshow. All right. Blow me up. Perfect. Get me to the right page. Good. Again, Discovery Education is a fantastic area that I've been exploring thoroughly for the past 8 months. I love it. My students love it. If you want to ask questions afterwards at the final 5 or 10 minutes, please come up to see me or one of my students. Now moving on to the second platform, which I've been really enjoying this past year. Last year and the year before, how many of the audience here has heard of Google Classroom? Google Classroom? Used it? A little? Not tried it? Okay, so as time goes by, different experiences in life present you different opportunities. If I was at this seminar 2 or 3 years ago, I might have been talking about Google Classroom. This year it happens to be Microsoft Office and this concept called OneNote. I love it. OneNote. This online book is just making my life very, very easy. I started using it September, October, maybe 10, 15, 20% of my time. I had my science textbooks here, I had my science notebooks there, and then we had the laptops here. Gradually, through another subscription with the online textbook, McGraw-Hill, we kind of pushed the textbook off to the side a little bit. As time went by, we got closer to December, we started to push the notebook aside a little bit. We were more or less by December 50-50 notebook, writing, and textbook. Now, I'm watching the students, I'm watching the kids, and they're loving bringing in their laptops, they're loving using their phones, and I'll get to the phone thing in a minute. But by January and February, I started noticing a real trend. I wasn't carrying home the books. I didn't have to go and get my stamps. I didn't have to put them in the closet and then take them out of the closet and sit down. I didn't have to go to the photocopier in the morning before 8 o'clock, 7:30, and meet the rush. You know the rush to the photocopier. I was getting more done because I wasn't moving around as much, and I was able to talk to my students in a way that's just obviously more efficient. Next slide, please. All right, so now we have some examples in action, and I think I've scheduled this quite nicely that we can do this in about 5 or 6 minutes. What I'd like to do is for my grade 6s in the classroom, and you know who you are, I want you to go to Collaboration Space, Content Library, your book, Unit 3, Chapter 2, LS3 Reading Essentials. And what you're going to do is the little circle that you're sitting in, you ladies need to join a circle with a student. The little circle that you're sitting in, you're going to just watch and witness how my students open the book, and my students will explain to you Collaboration Space, Content Library, their book, and where the work is. Now, please, I'm letting you into my life right now. And this is new to me too. I'm not gonna lie. I got some cleaning up to do. I got some wrinkles to fix. My sections, you know, you'll see a Unit 1, Unit 2 over here, and then all of a sudden I drop down to a Chapter 4. I'm learning as I go this organization of the system. Please don't be too judgmental. But grade 8's Collaboration Space, Content Library, your book, Chapter 4 LS2 activity sheets, grade 9 homeroom. Where are my grade 9 homeroom people? All right, grade 9 homeroom people. Special person right here, because I don't teach her science, but we do other projects during the ECAs. And again, a lot of photocopying work that used to be done has now been eliminated. All our ECA work is done in the book. All handouts and anything that needs to go to her by hand is now done electronically. So can you show your little group just the collaboration space where we put in those slideshows, the group slideshows, just explain how everything worked. And the grade 9s, my grade 9 science guys, you know what to do. Show them Earth, Moon, Chapter 20, LS1. And I'll give everyone 5 or 6 minutes and I'll float around with you. So please, go sit beside a student with a laptop. You're by yourself, you need somebody. He's by himself. Here's 1-to-1 right here, 1-to-1. 1-to-1. I'm dying here. Hi, how are you? Well, good. I'm a little nervous. My mouth has gone dry about 14 times. Yep. But now we got everyone kind of working together, and my assistants are doing a great job, I think, I hope.
OneNote online, you're creating quizzes?
Yes, yeah, you can.
For all topics, for all subjects?
Sure, yes.
Usually I'm using Microsoft for the quiz.
You can do that too. Yeah, I mean, I've used that. Yeah, you can do both. Not the textbooks, just the handouts. You know, the photocopy, the templates, the master sheets, or something that you find online.
As well as the scaling of the students.
You can check that as they, I mean, I can't, sorry?
Handwriting. How do you check
Handwriting? How would I check handwriting? Well, that would be tough. I'll try and answer that in a second. Folks, if I can have your attention. Gonna take a little break. Folks, we're gonna pull you back in. Patricia, just pull you back in here for just a few minutes. All right, so I think everyone's kind of got a little sneak peek at the book that the students are using, and maybe you had a visit of a couple of pages. Already some good questions are coming out. And I just wanted to show you really quickly. I'm not a salesman for Microsoft. I don't work for Microsoft Office. I don't work for OneNote. But I mean, it's pretty fun talking about this and using this in my class. And that's why I'm sharing it with you. So if you have the chance or the ability, try a test run. But here's the opening page, obviously. And if I just click over here, you'll see my class notebooks. There they are. I got a whack load of books. From science grade 6, 7, and 8 to my current affairs class. We've got Spanish class, environmental science, my eco club, all right? These are all my books. And man, it saves a lot of paper and it saves a lot of weight lifting things. And it saves a lot of weight for the students. You know, they're not carrying the backpacks anymore. They got everything in their laptop. And it seems like the right thing to do. Now, if I click on one book, I don't know, let's just grab the grade 6s right here for a second. Tick, tick, tock. Now, I believe the students have shown you a collaboration space. They've shown you a content library. They've shown you your book, or their book. My book looks something like this. I have the same pages that they do. I have the same sections, but I have a listing of every student on there. And for content library, come on, click, click, click. There we go. I got everything that I need all set in a little nice tight little package that I can feed in or take out at any time. Content library is mine, which means it's yours, the teachers. They can take it out, but they can't change it. However, if I distribute it to them, which I can do, and there's a bunch of tabs. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, you can't see. The screen's a little small. If anyone's ever used Word, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, you'll recognize this top tab up here, which basically you can cut, copy, paste, change the font, change the style, underline, highlight, draw with a marker. You can do a whole bunch of fun little tricks, and it's pretty cool. And that's how I kind of started to get my next step marking in now. You were asking me about quizzes or tests. Quizzes or tests. I've done it. You use forms, yeah, I've used the forms, but now I'm just taking quizzes that I find on templates and I just pop it in there, and students can type on top of it, or they can draw or write on top of it. I've given a couple of little training sessions to the English department, phys ed, music, and art, and basically it's your creativity that will make this book or an online book work. If you can find an application for it, great. If you just want to save paper, great. If you want to just make your marking a little bit easier, it's all about the creativity of the classroom teacher. Here's an example. We had a science experiment with my grade 7s a couple of weeks ago. And the usual thing to do is to take out the paper pad, the science notebook, the journal, so to speak, have a pencil in their ear, which I always have, and we're going to go outside and do an experiment, which we did. We went outside, we pulled a bus with a big tug of rope. And I was thinking to myself, just before going outside the classroom, I'm like, wait a minute, let's hold off on the book and the pencil. Everyone grab your phones, log into OneNote. I whipped up a little science inquiry form, a little report form, typed it up just right there on the spot, sent it to them. While they're logging in on their phones, I'm like, did you get this? Is this working? They're like, yes, we got it. I'm like, great. That's what we're going to use. We're going to skip the pencil. We're going to use your finger and thumbs. We went outside. We pulled the bus. They took pictures. They entered the data. They did the calculations. We came back into the classroom, sat down at the laptops, and then they finished the questions. Super fast, super easy. Kids that are traveling around with their phones, they love using their phones. We kept it going. Oh, my slide guy is gone. So I'm going to, hold on. You got this. Where is it? Oh, this is. All right, Mr. Stefano, can you come back and help me out? I know it's the last presentation of the day, and I think we all want to get out of here at 1 or 1:05. So I'm just going to slowly wrap this up, and then we can get back to the question period time and stuff. Next slide, please. All right. Benefits. Well, I'm not going to lie. I had a KHD inspector come into my class this year, and he saw everyone with their laptops open. He also saw the books open because there's a certain person at my school that says they want to see the books. And I said, okay, I'm going to have them both open. Bottom line is, after that 20-minute, 30-minute visit from the KHD inspector, he was more interested in what they were doing with the laptops than checking what was going on in the books. I got the feeling that the KHDA, the government divide, really likes to see tech in class, regardless if it's science or if it's art, phys ed or Arabic. I think I get the feeling they like seeing that. If you can incorporate your lesson into an online learning platform or have some kind of online book that you're using, showing the tech in the class, even if it is a phone, but as long as you respect the phone, you instruct the students how to use the phone, why not? It could help. Students, proof is in the pudding. You can ask any of my class members right now. I think they kind of like using the laptops and tablets and their phones when given the opportunity. I'm still a traditionalist. I like the old school. I believe in the written word. I believe in reading big, heavy books. And occasionally we do that. But I know a lot of other classes do that too. So I'd still like to find the balance between written, reading the big, heavy books, and doing this. But I'm trying my own personal experiment this year. I'm pushing it right now to the limit with going almost 100% paperless for these final few months that we have. Teacher benefits, it's efficient, access of information. Like I said before, last night, I was sending out emails while marking books. It's nice. You can do it on your phone. Environment, less paper being used. My personal stat, I'm not going to lie. September and October, I printed over 2,000 pages of paper at our school. A little embarrassed to say that because my background's in forestry and I used to plant trees for a living. So I feel really good right now that when I saw my paper report for April and March, it was at 78. That made me feel good. And I did the math too, and ironically, it doesn't come out to a lot of money when you add up how much a box of paper with 5 stacks costs. It's about 100, 110 dirhams or something like that. I've made a difference. I've made a small drop in the bucket, but I think over an entire school, a group of teachers, if you can go to an online learning platform or using an online book where you can send the information that you need digitally as opposed to physically, you're probably going to make a bigger difference to the planet than just a drop. I think as a team, as a school, you could really say to yourselves as, hey, back in 2017, we spent 12 to 14,000 dirhams on paper alone. This year, it was only 2 or 3,000. So my message to you all right now is not just about online learning platforms and how to handle them and balance them out, but also to save a little bit of the planet. I'm going to give you guys the next 5-10 minutes right now to ask me questions about how things work. I'm not an expert, I'm not a salesman, but I can show you some tricks. If you're curious, I can hopefully answer some easy questions or hard questions. And these guys right here, my little team, 6, 7, 8, and 9, they're awesome. They could probably answer more questions than me. So please take 5 minutes and get into them. Criticize, find out, figure out. Thanks, that's it.